Hello folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Disgaea 3, Absence of Detention. So before we get started on this part of the playthrough, I just wanted to mention something real quick. It's basically the new year now, which I've said it elsewhere, but I'll say it here as well, just to be sure. Happy late New Year's! And I mean, so far it's been great, but unfortunately there's been a huge wave of people getting sick. I mean, people that I know personally and people online. Just a lot of people have been getting sick, and unfortunately I also fell victim to that too. My throat was completely messed up and congested through the end of basically like December and the start of the new year. And I mean, like, it was a mess. Like, I was a mumbling mess, and that's why the previous recording on the previous part was so rough, you know? So I just wanted to apologize for my, mumbling and all that. But I feel a lot better now, so I think I can do a proper job in recording this time around. And we had left off with starting with the classroom, so let's start the classroom. Linear, the class rep, will show us our way. Go to the classroom? Yes, please do.
Bow!
Welcome to the classroom, dude. Actually, I should get the pretty more nervous voice. This is a classroom, your secret headquarters for strategizing, dude. I'll explain how this place works. First, there's seat changes, dude. I want you to look at the positions of the seats. See, there's a system here where allied characters seated next to each other have a higher chance to team attack, which is absolutely true. I've referred to this in previous parts of the playthrough, but essentially, early on, you want to do team attacks with your other party members. It just helps dealing out damage, and it's good early on in the game. Heck, it's good later on in the game as well. It's just you don't have all your skills or special attacks early on, so it does help out on taking down enemies. If you arrange characters who team a lot in battle to sit next to each other, you gain more matches in battle. Very true. It's like chummy chum-chums. It's making me nauseous. Next up is Homeroom, dude. By starting up Homeroom, you can get topics approved, which is very similar to other mechanics in previous Disgaea games. That would be referring to like something like the Dark Chord or whatever chord systems in Disgaea 1 and 2, and this is basically the equivalent for Disgaea 3, so it's really easy to use and it does help in the long run, so I recommend using it as much as possible. But in order to get topics approved, you need the class reps to agree with you. Oh, that's kind of an easy and hard part. And if they oppose, well, you're gonna have to make them agree by force, like the demons we are. Yep. Which, I mean, I don't recommend doing that at the start, because you're low-leveled, and some reps end up being like level 100 and something, which is something to scoff at when you're higher levels in the game, but right now, don't do that. Try that when you've basically beaten the game. Alright, let's get moving. Alright, something about this classroom, or when you start up in the homeroom. The Vata Bros are in the back. This is my seat, essay. Oh. Don't let anyone sit next to me.
Boss!
The seat belongs to me, Uedo. I don't want anyone getting anywhere close to me.
Torah!
This is my seat, Holmes. Ugh, how nasty. I don't want anyone close to me. So, they're gonna take up spots that could be potentially used for more party members if you get them. So, what we want to do is basically clear them out, which is actually very simple. So, let's get to it. See changes. So that one Vata Bro does not like girls. No, girl, how disgusting. So, just put our hero there, and
Holmes!
he runs away. Oh, and we also get an item. So, if you get them to run away, you'll also get an item out of it. So, it's recommended. Guys are just smelly, sweaty, and horrible. I hate them, essay. Thank you, martial artist. We got the brownie muscle from that. And last one. We need 2 people to sit beside this Vato. I'm cramped. To be flanked on both sides. It's just downright messed up.
Widow!
And that's the last one. Oh man. Pearsall's pretty good early on, so that'll definitely be handy. I'll probably put that to mount later on. As for actual formation, this is pretty good for now. I think I might change up later on when we get another character, but for now that should be alright. And yeah, we could handle clubs right now, but right now I want to start Homeroom. So we need Man to obviously start a topic, and Mao has the most mana, so let's do so. So those are just buffs at the bottom there, which come in handy. But right now we want to be focused on clubs. Gain 50% of the mana gained by students seated nearby. Alright, so Robber Shop is pretty handy, and probably the first club you want to make at the start of the game. Now, if you can see on the side, it says approval rate, right? It's 74%. That's okay, but we could definitely get something better. So let's try to switch that up by using a similar method I've done for the stores. You go in and back, in and out, in and out, in and out. You get the approval rate to just be reset. We're resetting it a bunch of times. Let's try to go for an 80 something. 83. 83%. Perfect. Alright. Welcome to Homeroom, dude. The class reps would now begin their vote, but before that, you should do a little preparation. In other words, send your bribes. You should give the reps what they want to make them agree with you. Blue reps are leaning towards approval, while red is against. Trying to get the influential reps on your side, dude. By giving bribe to a class rep, you will affect all the reps of the same species in the same way. But a rep who lean toward approval before the ballot won won't necessarily always agree. They're demons after all. When you're done prepping, press the triangle button. Press the triangle button and select begin vote or return to class. The mana used won't be returned, but returning classes if you're not confident is an important strategy. And that's absolutely true. We could potentially die if we try to go against it. Well, I mean, it's better than dying. Anyway, let the homeroom begin, dude. Yep. So, as you can see here, there's a bunch of school reps basically ready to either approve or deny our topic. That's a Saki class. They like belts. I'm not surprised. That's the preferred item. Let's see, the Cocktails class, the All-Rain class, all-in like armor, Cocktails like snacks, which are obviously the consumable items. And I think those are the only species this time around, so that should be good. Most of them are all asleep. Oh, this one's awake, so feed him that. He's leaning yes, and now if you feed him Nincom, he's now in favor of. And there's no opposing reps or opposing species, so we don't need to worry about that mechanic yet. Alright, let's go. We already got a couple nays, but like I said, they're demons. Like, sometimes they won't always agree. It's fine.
Attention!
A new teacher has arrived.
Here we go!
I am Coder Sensei. I will be your teacher starting today.
Your attention, please! Stupid!
Now listen, survival is a key factor in the game of life. After a bloody battle, you must be the last one standing. So I suggest to you, fight!
Your attention, please!
Now everyone, it's time to lift me in the air. Bless me.
Can't do
It's
that!
stupid, you should be able to ignore my guidance by now.
No good!
There's a pop quiz today, but I didn't make an answer sheet, so everyone gets a 0.
Your
Today's
attention,
lunch will be
please!
frozen rotten oranges. That's great. So yeah, Coder Sensei, I think he's a wood golem class, but it says very good teacher, which that's fine. We'll probably get that wooden golem class a little bit later on in the game. There's not much we can do now, but I do want to make a new character. Now, we actually have most of the characters that we need right now, but I definitely want to try making a female Valkyrie, or a female fighter, the Valkyrie, a little bit later on. Also, there's also differences between the male and female classes. Just there's subtle differences, but they do change. Like the Red Skulls, the male magicians, they consume more SP, but they deal out more damage with their magic attacks. That's fine, but we have the female magician, the Red Mage, and you know, doesn't consume too much SP and deals an alright amount of damage with magic, which is just what we need. Edit that out. And yeah, like, Red Mage is all good, so we don't need that. We don't need anything else. Female martial artist, I definitely want to try making a little bit later on, but we have our male, so we're good right there. Monster classes, we already have a pretty, so we're good there. Also notice that there are different types, like the fighter can use a sword, spear, axe, while monsters change into different weapons. So you want to correspond those magic range weapons to whatever party member can use those kind of weapons. So we don't have anyone who can use a gun weapon, which the Pretty can transform into a gun, right? So let's make a thief. In fact, if you're playing this Disgaea game, I suggest making a thief anytime you get one. They come in handy. Unfortunately, we don't have enough mana, so I'm gonna have to go for incompetent. Well, we can fix it later on. Like, we can always reincarnate this character, which is another mechanic I'll get to a little bit later on in the game. Personality, I mean, it just gives different voice options, so let's stay with... Mischievous? Yeah. As for the name, man. I had a friend who played Disgaea as well, and she was pretty into the game. We'll talk about it sometimes. But I think her favorite class was a thief, so I'm actually going to name this thief after her. And that will be... I'm just deciding how I'm going to write it out. Alright, yeah. Emmy. So, Emmy, this is a shout out to you. I'm making the thief after your name. Probably not going to see this playthrough, but it's fine. We'll up the speed and...
Here I go!
Have this thief going. A transfer student has arrived. Hello, it's me, your friendly burglar. If you notice you're missing something, it's probably me.
Here I go!
She's a criminal. Let's be friends. And there we go. And the thief is actually perfectly lined up of where I want them to be, so I'll actually keep them there. I'll probably change the setup for this classroom once, oh. By selecting Appoint Student Club, you can appoint allies to clubs in position that have various effects. Characters appointed to the same club will support each other as a team during battle. For example, the club president can use the same magic spells as a member of the same club when they're next to each other. It's helpful. Also, the president gets a staff support from members of the club. It's unfair, but the president gets to get all the benefits. Sorta true? Also, human and monster type characters from the same club transform during battle. This is called Magic Change. Magi change. And yeah, like, our thief and Pretty can basically transform with each other, and the thief can use the Pretty as a gun. And for the outrage, there's mystery systems hidden in the club, so try out many different things, dude. Alright, so Robber Shop, we want Mao being the president, or leader position, basically. I like how Mao's class is Scrub Boss. I didn't notice that until now. While the fighter, our martial artist, our thief, of course, and our Pretty. And that should be good. While for the healer and the red mage, I wish I could put them in another club, but right now I think I'll keep them in Going Homewards, which Going Homewards isn't exactly super helpful, but it's a fine club to be in. Has plenty of slots, and like the red mage and the healer can back each other up when they're in a fight. Or, sorry, when we're in an actual stage fighting. And that should be it, so we can head out of there now. Oh, actually, wait. Let me double check, because dealing with the whole HQ honor quotient error thing.
Experiment!
Yeah, never mind, it's not there. I thought I could fix it up in the settings, but I guess it's not on this one. I'll probably talk about that error in a different part of the playthrough, but for now, it's not something to be super concerned about if you're playing it on the Vita. On the Vita TV, it's slightly a concern, but right now, don't worry about it. We should probably get a gun for that thief, so let's see here. That first guy shooter is probably our best bet, so I'm probably gonna actually stick to that one. Yeah, probably. And if we buy more items, we'll obviously get our custom rank to go up, so... The thing is, I don't really buy that many items. we tend to get most of our weapons and other gear through like just treasure chests and stuff. So it's, or they just happen to give you the items. So I really don't find much of a point in buying items from the shop, unless it's like consumables or other stuff like that. But hey, it's different than other people. I'll probably use the shop later on, but right now it's kind of pointless. It's good for buying weapons for new characters though, if you don't happen to have the weapon. So let's give Emmy the gadget shooter, and I will also change up these characters as well. So now it gets the Hero Seal. Our martial artist will get, nope, we'll get the Body Muscle, and Emmy will get the Rag Suit, and that should be good. I think our healer should probably get the Commodore to raise up that SP. Yeah. Okay, that should be good. So we'll go heal up our characters and head out. Alrighty. Oh! You know what? I might pick up some more armor, just in case. Let's see here. Pod lid. Oh, this one doesn't have a reduced speed stat, so that's actually really good. I don't know why I'm gonna do this, but I usually give this to my fighter, but I'll give this to Emmy right now, the pod lid. An extra piece of armored equipment it'll be helpful in the long run. Choose your destination, young master. And that would be the strongest entrance. I'll cut the episode here, because I don't want to make it too long, and I'll continue in the next part. So I'll see you guys in the fight part of this episode.